I changed the AI marketing agent that I was using, and I finally decided to start using Manus instead of OpenClaw. By the end of this video, you will understand why, and maybe you'll get some information for you to decide on your given case. I've been doing marketing for the past 16 years, working with some of the most important companies all around the world and owning one of the most relevant marketing agencies in South America. And I'm leading some of the most important programs in top business schools in South and Central America. The marketing update. Now, before we start, I want you guys to know that I used OpenClaw before I decided to change. OpenClaw is an amazing tool. Very, very good. It does a lot of things. But since I'm involved in marketing, I'm always looking for something simple and that really does the job I need. OpenClaw can do much more than what I need, but it is complex, hard to set up, and constantly malfunctioning with so many things that need to be properly configured. Plus, you need all sorts of equipment. Some people need an Apple computer. Some others decide to do it on Linux gear. I did mine on Linux, and it worked very well for a couple of months. But after some time, I realized that if things were simpler, everything could be better both for myself and my team. When I saw Manus, everything changed. My mind blew. Why? Manus tries to make it simple. Manus tries to natively connect with some of the most useful tools available. So before, when I had OpenClaw, I had to do all sorts of things to be able to connect OpenClaw to the different settings, platforms, stuff that I used. I needed to configure my own web browser. It was kind of complex. Even more so for people who are not connected to technology. Most designers, most people in my team who are not tech savvy are trying to get into AI, but, it's not that easy if you're not super technological. Plus, they are not programmers. They're magnificent designers and amazing marketing people. So I constantly thought, what if something was simpler? What if the tools were native? And that's when Manus came up. Now, Manus brings amazing things. The connectivity is extremely simple. And let's start by looking at it in my own platform so you guys can see. You can start Manus both on a web browser or there's a desktop app. I'm a Windows user. I'm not a Mac user. So on my Windows, you can easily download the app and you can start seeing how it works. Now, give it a look. This is what my platform looks like. So you've got a very simple interface, very easy to understand, but the most important thing comes when you go down to settings and you look at the part that says connectors. Connectors are basically all of the available tools that you can connect to Manus on one click. Very simple, maybe a couple of clicks, but it's really simple to do. I mean, it's nothing that you need to be very so informed about. Oh, it's just connecting like if you're opening your email or whatever. So you've got tools like Instagram. You've got tools like Meta Ad Managers. I mean, remember that Manus is the official AI for Meta. So all these things are already into Manus natively. So yes, you can control your Instagram account from Manus. You can publish, you can analyze, you can do a lot of stuff. And when it comes to analyzing and optimizing your ads, it does bring all the data from your meta ads and helps you create the best version of your ads based on the data that you have. So it's incredible. Now, you can also connect your own browser. So here it says my browser. You can connect your own browser and you can give it all access to anything you want. Now, we can discuss security in another video, but the thing is that it's really simple. Now, if you go further down, you're going to see all the apps that are available. You've got Gmail, you've got Google Drive, Google Calendar, you've got Outlook, GitHub, Slack, Zapier, Notion. Well, basically all of the popular apps out there that you're going to use in your day-to-day life are available in Manus. So why you should just go and make it so easier? There's nothing easier than just connecting it on one click. So that changed everything. Of course, I already created a workflow using OpenClaw, but creating that workflow again has been extremely easy. So yes, first thing that I love, connectivity made easy. Now, Second thing that I've really enjoyed about Manus is how versatile it is and how good its models are. Now, you've got 3 levels of Manus. You've got light, normal, and max. Of course, you have some tokens that you're paying. The tokens are not that expensive. It depends on the plan that you're using, but it can pile up just like any other. But when you see, well, say OpenClaw with any of the Anthropic ones, you're going to end up paying hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month. While here, you could use Manus Lite for a lot of tasks, and it's going to be really light on credits. Personally, I'm using less than half of the credits that I used to spend on, OpenClaw, and the expense has dropped incredibly. So I'm saving a lot of money, and all the things that I need to get done are properly done with very good quality. Now, I'll show you some of the potential that Manus has when it comes to creating stuff. So I'm going to go into the Manus 1.6 model, and I'm going to show you how you can create something like a presentation. We're going to create a presentation where you're thinking, I can do it on ChatGPT. I'm sure you can. Maybe I can do it on whatever tool you have. There are hundreds of tools out there now, but Manus tries to integrate some of the best here, so it's really, really convenient. So we're going to create a simple presentation that is going to be based on a brand book, a brand manual. So it's going to stay on brand, it's going to look amazing, and it's going to give us a great result in a very short amount of time. So let's try it out. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on Manus 1.6 Lite, which is going to be good enough to write simple structures for presentations. And I'm going to give it all of the things I need to prompt what we're going to do. So I'm just going to ask him, help me write a 6-slider presentation on why someone should use Manus instead of using OpenClaw. Focus on the convenience, speed, costs, and whatever you consider. Now, this is a very simple prompt. It's just for showing you how the presentation is going to come up. Of course, I know you're going to do something more complex, but let's try to just make it simple so you see the feature of presentations. So this is, I want the final prompt so you can later create the presentation once the prompt is complete. Okay, so we're going to see what this delivers. It's going to give us just a prompt, so give it a little bit of time, just a couple of minutes, and you're going to see that the result is going to be amazing. So look at this. Of course, maybe you guys, some of you are going to be very good when it comes to prompting, maybe some others aren't, but something that I always do is to help the AI by using another AI. This is a very, very good technique. Sometimes you can just try to prompt something on ChatGPT, and the result, the output, can be the input for another AI. You could do this within Manus. So you can use Manus, for example, a 1.6 Lite, and ask it to create the prompt, which we just did. And with that prompt, you can have all you need to just copy and paste that prompt to create the presentation. That way, things are just going to work very well. And it's going to really save you some time and save you some stress. Of course, you can also do it yourself, but it's better, or at least easier and faster, if you help yourself by having the prompting done by the machine. This is going to be a nice technique, and it may just save you some time. But let's wait and see what Manus comes up with. Now look at the result. It's basically showing us that there is a final result here. It's got a document which you could download, or you could save if you want it. It depends on what you want to do, but let's say we're just going to copy and paste it, right? So I'm just going to do this. We're going to just copy it this straight up without copying the design style instructions, because I want to use my brand design. So we're going to go here, paste it. We're also going to add some local files. The files that we're going to add are basically, so we're going to move the logo, and we're going to move the brand manual, right? And we're going to add this at the end. Use the logo and brand manual instructions I provided on this prompt to create the presentation. Now, it should start to create that presentation, and we're going to see the output, which is going to be amazing because it's going to look 100% on brand. Now, Manus usually takes some time, and look, and the left, you could see how it's working. And if you wanted to work on something parallel to this, you can create many tasks. It's going to work on them simultaneously. So that's going to be a huge thing for you guys to see, because you can totally do many things at the same time, saving you a lot of time. Now, after 6 minutes of thinking, finally we have a version of the presentation, and let's check it out. Once I click on it, let's see. It's using the colors, it's using the typographies, it's using the logos, and check that out. You can edit anything straight away. Look at it. Looks amazing, right? Completely on brand. And of course, you can add all the information that you consider proper. And if you want to change anything, just click on it and change it, which is cool. Now, if you wanted to download that, you can perfectly ask for it to download as a PowerPoint presentation or as a PDF. So how much time can you save with that? And things stay on brand. Now, that's the thing that changed and blew my mind. Things stay on brand. When you do marketing, that is extremely important, because you know that consistency is key. So this helps you in being consistent and keeping the looks that you need and the style that you need. That is something that I had never seen before. It's something that that didn't happen with the OpenClaw agent. And to get to this, by just like connecting stuff, OpenClaw didn't do that. So they have a huge reason why I love Manus. Now, you can do that for creating ebooks. You can do that for creating anything that's on your mind when it comes to creating documents. So it's not just doing the written part, but doing the visual part, keeping the brand, keeping the style. So if you're into marketing, this is something that really does make a difference. And you saw how fast and easy it was. So really cool. Now, you may be asking yourselves, how is it that I am using it? Well, I'm using it just like you saw for creating ebooks, but also my team is using it by integrating Drive, like Google Drive, and making it, for example, analyze files. So you can like stack a lot of pictures into a format, into a file, into your Drive. You can ask it to read and look at the files, rename them according to that, and even create, say a schedule for programming that based on whatever rules you give it. So the sky is the limit. Later on, if you want a video on how to properly set up a campaign for social media without effort using Manus as your main agent, just type it down there in the comments and I'll make a video about it. Okay, because that's something that we're doing every day for many of our clients, saving us a lot of time and making things look amazing on brand. Who should choose Manus and who shouldn't? Now, if you're into marketing, I think that Manus is a great solution. Like if you want to create amazing images, really, really fast integration with your Drive and your tools to connect as an agent to really help you solve most of your marketing needs, I think that Manus really hits the nail. It's amazingly good. Now, OpenClaw, of course, is way more advanced. If you want advanced tools, if you want to get into programming, if you want to make your own platforms, if you want to like really take it to the next level and go beyond marketing, without a doubt, OpenClaw is a better solution. Now, that's for those who are really tech savvy and who are really like into taking it to like that step further. But if you really want to deep dive into marketing, Manus is all you need. If you want to like move your social media, go through Manus. It's much faster. And if you really want to integrate more stuff, maybe you can add N8N or you can add Make or whatever you want. But it's just there, available, fast. Trust, like you can trust it. It's just native. So you don't have to do any weird thing. So that safety part, I think it makes a huge difference. So guys, make sure you join the channel. If you want to know more about how to use AI in marketing, make sure you just put it down in your comments and I'll be really happy to make more videos. We are doing this every single day in our agency, helping brands of all sizes and all around the world. So just let us know, hey, how can you do this? How can you make my workflow better? And we'll make a new video based on what you guys are just writing down there. So thank you for watching us, and I hope to see you again here looking at our video and staying up to date with marketing.
We accelerate. Funky voice. The marketing update.